Had to miss a week, but I'm back. So let's cross things out.
I'm going to cross you out.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Cross You Out podcast. And of course, I'm your host, Eric Cross. And in today's show, well, we got a lot to talk about. We're going to talk about The Last of Us. We're also going to be talking, for real this time, we're also going to be talking about the cigar that I smoked, AEW Dynamite, and much more. So, with that being said, let's get into it. So, with that being said, as of last week, I kind of did a boo boo. I ended up not talking about The Last of Us. I don't know exactly what was going on or what happened, but I ended up not talking about The Last of Us. So we'll be talking about that in just a few minutes. But of course, let's start it off with the cigar that I smoked. All right. So the cigar that I smoked, I actually got to smoke three cigars. One was the pie, P-I, pie, wink, wink. That was put out a couple of years ago. They redid the pie. I believe. Pull up the information on that one, but it was. I really enjoyed it. I picked up the first pie that they put out. Again, this is the second version of the pie that they did. This one is a, let's see. Do, 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 do. Why doesn't it say size? Here we go. This is a 7.5 by 42 uh, BP Lancero. And man, San Andreas, Nicaraguan uh, binder filler, and San Andreas wrapper. It's kind of a box press Lancero, which is the BP box press. Box press Lancero, really good, really enjoyable. I love Lanceros. I think smoking a Lancero is very, even though sometimes they're really long, like the goat. That one is a long cigar, but it smokes really good, and it also smokes a little fast sometimes. So you kind of have to like know what you're getting into when you're gonna smoke a cigar like this. And I'm sorry for this for interrupting with the mic. I'm just moving things. Um, our next cigar that I actually got to smoke was he calls it the pie, but it is called give me one sec. Uh, this is called the pizza. Focaccia Sarda is the original, is the actual term of the cigar that they want to call it. It's AKA the pizza or pizza. It is a 6 by 50, age 1 year, tobacco, and let's see, Nicaraguan, Habano, and Nicaraguan binder and filler. That one was really good as well. Unfortunately, all right. So what happened was, I ended up smoking this cigar, and I don't know exactly at what point what happened. I may have rushed it a little bit, but the cigar actually tasted like it was burning, like like I burnt the tobacco. Um, so sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Letting it sit for a little bit, and then where you lit the cigar on the foot, you can kind of go about a 2 inches or so, maybe a little higher, and actually use your cutter and cut the cigar. Um, it's not recommended, but you can do that to salvage the cigar while smoking it. But in this case, I was not able to. It was a very, very sad moment because I was enjoying the cigar. I was really like the cigar itself was really good. Um, you know, I think when you try to when you try to rush things, it always tends to mess up. And the only reason I was rushing it was because of the fact that it was raining. It stopped raining for, I don't know, about 20, 30 minutes. It was a little sprinkle, but nothing too crazy. Which, by the way, over here in California right now, it's we're actually getting tornadoes now, um, which is crazy. And Hail, it's been going on for the past couple days. It's been raining like crazy. So that's fun. But yes, again, don't rush your cigars. Light it as best as you can. Um, I have been notorious for torching my cigars and then kind of lining up with a puff. But I think now what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of light it a little bit and then light it up with the puffing, um, which is, I mean, some people say it's ideal to do, but it just all depends on the way you smoke it. So the next cigar that I actually got to smoke was the Madonna. This one was absolutely incredible. This was really smooth. This is a 5 by 52 H2 years, and this is a doesn't say what it is, um, or I can't see anything. But it is a really good cigar. This I think out of the two was again, even though this was my mistake, the Madonna was actually really good. There is another cigar that I will be smoking. I don't know if I'm gonna smoke for during WrestleMania weekend, which is next week. But I'll see what I can do. This one is the big brown, or the big snuffle. This is off of the colored series that they have, and it not based and not related to anything of some kind of street that you can go to, where to go, you know, wink, wink. And yes, I am drinking the Stone Cold Broken Skull IPA, double IPA, really good. But that one is a really like a brown, sugary, dark chocolate, aged 7 years. This one is 6 by 54. Um, this one's gonna be good. I can't wait for this one. So that's gonna be the last one of the Pravada cigar box, or monthly box that I have. So stay tuned for this. We'll get more into the next month's box, which is going to be amazing, hopefully. And yeah, so what we're going to do right now is we're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, we're going to talk about The Last of Us. We're going to talk about AEW. And then I'm also going to give you my lineup, my predictions for WrestleMania. So we'll be right back. All right. So what we're gonna do real quick, we're gonna take a break, and then when we come back, we get into everything, and then we got a lot to talk about. So we'll get back into it. Let's go. right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. And we are going to sit here and talk about The Last of Us. We're going to talk about AEW Dynamite. We're also going to be talking about my predictions for WrestleMania 39. So, first things first, let's get into The Last of Us. I know I was supposed to talk about this last week or the week before, excuse me. But I went on a tangent and I got distracted. I don't know exactly what happened, but here we are. So, with The Last of Us, I'm gonna tell you right now, if you have not had a chance to see it yet, please go out and see it. Go check it out. Go to HBO Max and watch it because if you want to sit here and think of what is a good adaptation of a video game, this is it. They had to change a couple things from the show to the game, from the game to the show, but the way they did it didn't upset anybody, or not that I heard of, anyways. Not that I know of, but because all I hear is this show is amazing. Pedro Pascal is absolutely incredible in this. The young girl that's playing Ellie um, is absolutely amazing as well. Um, the show is sticking to the story of the game, but even though it's changed a couple things, it's still a great adaptation of the game. Now, I played the game before. I played the remaster as well. I didn't play the newer remaster. I'm talking about the remaster when they did it for the PlayStation 4. So I played the PS3, PS4 games. I do have it on the PS5 as well right now, but I don't have the remastered version of it. Um, but again, they just fixed up a couple things. They made a couple changes to certain areas. It's really nothing different, but I will be waiting to buy it for Black Friday or during Christmas time, something like that. But I'm telling you, people that are gonna make video game adaptations, anything that's going to be um, something that's already been made by a video game or even a comic book, for instance. Look at this. If you're going to make something that's going to be exactly the same kind of story, the same dialogue, the same um, you know premise of the movie to show, or whatever's, look at this, because this is absolutely amazing. I hands down am going to say this is the best video game uh, TV show that has been made. This is the best. You know, uh, it should have been a movie. Honestly, it really should have been. You know, 2 hour movie, because that would have been amazing. I know my fiance was asking me, why didn't they make this into a movie? Why? Um, but again, um, this is this is gonna be good. They have been greenlit for season two. So the part two of the game that came out, I played maybe 10 minutes of it. I know exactly what happens in in the first couple hours of the game, but for the rest of it, anyways, I have no idea what happens, and I would love to see how they're gonna do that and see what they're gonna do with Ellie and Joel and stuff like that, and we'll see exactly. where they're going to take this because they want to. They're supposedly saying that they want to take it for 3 seasons. So if they take it to 3 seasons, this is going to be very interesting in how they're going to do that. So, um, but again, go check it out. Even go play the game if you have not played the game because the game is actually really good. Great storytelling, and yeah, it's amazing. It's really amazing. All right, so we're gonna get into Dynamite tonight, and I'm gonna tell you, I'm not gonna get into the whole entire show. I'm not. I'm only gonna get into the main event matchup. Um, I'm gonna butcher his name, by the way. I'm going to butcher this person's name. It was Kenny Omega, 1-on-1. Let's see. Hold on. Before I start getting into this. All right. So tonight's matchup um, was the main event of the show. This was absolutely, honestly, an incredible matchup. If you did not watch Dynamite tonight and you did not go and see the main event, I mean, uh, there was a promo by Adam Cole, okay, talking about next week for his return to the ring. There was a tag team title match, the Guns versus the Top Flight, which the Guns won, and then set up a match with FTR. Not exactly sure when, but I'm hoping next week or the week after, because they need to start, you know, building this up. Or, I mean, it's kind of been built up this storyline, but you know, well, yeah. With FTR for the tag team titles, and if FTR loses, they are no longer employed by AEW. Orange Cassidy, Darby Allen, and Sting versus the Butcher and the Blade and Kip Sabian. Um, Great to see Sting out there again. Um, Sky Blue versus Tony Storm. It is what it is. It was a great little squash match. Um, a no disqualification match. Hook versus uh, oh my god, I can't even remember his name. Stokely Hathaway. Sorry about that. So that was a little breather match. John Moxley versus Stu Grayson, uh, the returning Stu Grayson. He returned last week on Dynamite, and it was Kenny Omega versus El. God. It was. Let's see. Let me see if I can do this. Bear with me, ladies and gentlemen. El Hijo del del Vikingo. I butchered it so bad. I'm sorry for that. So this match was scheduled to be in December for Triple A's Triple Mania title that Kenny was holding at the time, and um, man, this um, this match from the first start was absolutely amazing. I highly recommend for everybody to go see this matchup because this match from beginning to end was was fucking great. It was really great. Kenny Omega wins in this matchup. Um, go again. Go back and watch it. Go check it out again if you've seen it again. Make this, you know, man, blow this match up because this kid, um, he's absolutely amazing. And AAA is so lucky to have him right now. And he is I believe, a second generation superstar um, in Mexico. Um, I've seen a couple clips of him wrestling. He is absolutely insane to watch. You would think to put him against Will Ospreay. You would think to put him against like Ricochet to see, some kind of high flying craziness. Um, but seeing him against Kenny was absolutely amazing. And this is the one thing that I want to see from AEW over and over again is the fact that I want to see them have more matches that are going to be um, like kind of not dream matches, but matches that are just that have nothing to do with storylines or nothing to do with any kind of like um, main story, but something that our fans that are gonna get fans to be like, what the fuck just happened, and bring them back for more, and then hopefully Kenny's still able to kind of go at this point. You know, he's he's had a couple trios matches and he's had a couple matches back since, but how is his body going to hold up, for much longer, and I don't wish him to have any kind of injury or anything like that. I want him to be as healthy as possible, putting on the best damn matches that he can. But you know, we need to see more of it. He is the draw. He is a draw in AEW right now, and we need to see more of him. You know, and I was hoping that as this trios um, the trios loss of the trios title that he had with against the House of Black would would make him go to back to the singles wrestling aspect of his career, um, which I'm hoping this is happening. But again, I don't know what's gonna happen. They're telling a story with Hangman and the um, Blackpool Combat Club, um, that we'll see where it leads to. But again, this doesn't have my interest at all. The only thing that I'm interested in is seeing some wrestling matches and seeing some good wrestling matches. So that's pretty much the gist of Dynamite tonight, which was absolutely, again. Please go back and check it out. So now we are going to go into the matches for night one, night two of WrestleMania 39. Again, these matches are undetermined of where they're going to be at on the card, where what night they're going to be on. So the only match that is set in stone is for Sunday, April 2nd, and that is going to be Roman Reigns, the champion, versus Cody Rhodes for the WWE Universal or the undisputed WWE Universal title. I can't even speak about the title. But so that is a set match right there. Um, let's go down the card and kind of give you um, my thoughts on it. So we have the Usos versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. This storyline has been going on for several months. The big blow off for Sami and Kevin Owens to hug it out and to reunite and to take on the bloodline, the Usos. culminated on Friday on SmackDown, where they hugged it out, and now they are asking from Raw this week. They asked for a match at WrestleMania for the tag team titles against the Usos. So now that match is set in stone. It's going to happen. The Alpha Academy versus the Viking Raiders versus Strowman and Ricochet versus the Street Profits, which is probably going to be a opening matchup, probably. Then we go on to Edge versus Finn Balor. Hell in the Cell. That's probably going to be on night one. Um, Maybe semi-main because the title match has a title match has to be main event. So it's going to probably be a women's title match. Or even they can do the tag team title match for the main event, which would be really good. But um, let oh, so I'm thinking Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens win the tag team titles. I think I think Alpha Academy splits up during this because Otis is trying to go mess around with the maximum male models or whatever the hell they're called. I think it's either the Street Profits or Braun Strowman and Ricochet winning that. In the Hell in a Cell match, I think I would like to see Finn Balor win this matchup to end this because honestly, I'm tired of seeing Edge versus Finn Balor versus the whatever the group is. So I want Finn Balor to win this. Um, Trish Stratus, Lita, and Becky Lynch versus Damage Control. Um, I think if it turns out one way, there should be a double turn or should be a turn on this, which Trish Stratus should turn on Becky Lynch, and Damage Control should win this. So I'm picking Damage Control for this. Austin Theory versus John Cena for the U.S. title. I think that's going to be on night two, just because I'm pretty sure John wants to be on the same night as the World Championship. Um, but I think Austin Theory wins the title, and you know, hopefully they can boost him up a little bit more and make him go into a a higher level. Um, let's see the Intercontinental Championship. Gunther and Drew McIntyre. Gunther versus Drew McIntyre versus Sheamus for the Intercontinental Championship in a three-way title match. I think Sheamus picks up the victory and becomes a Triple Crown winner or a Grand Slam champion. This is the only title that he has not won yet, so I think that would be good. Brock Lesnar versus Omos. I think Brock Lesnar is going to pick up the victory on that one. Um, Bianca Belair versus Asuka for the Raw for the SmackDown Women's title, and I think Asuka picks up the victory for this one. And you know, as much as less said about this, the better. So then we go into the other matchup is going to be Charlotte Flair versus Rhea Ripley for the uh, Raw Women's Tag or Raw Women's Championship matchup, and I think Rhea Ripley picks up the victory for this one. Um, we also got another match that's set, but it seems that it's going to be on night one of WrestleMania. Seth Rollins versus Logan Paul. And I hope Seth Rollins curb stomps him and Seth Rollins wins that one. We also might have not Omos, Bobby Lashley versus uh, Bray Wyatt. But from reports that are going on right now, that Bray Wyatt is ill, very sick at this point. So we don't know what's going to happen exactly. As of the main event for night 2 of WrestleMania, um, Cody Rhodes, I believe, will pick up the victory, but I will not be surprised if Roman Reigns picks up the victory because of making him the longest reigning champion at this point. Um, would be absolutely crazy. Um, but to see Cody Rhodes win the WWE title would be insane as well. So I'm gonna have to pick Cody Rhodes to win for this main event matchup at WrestleMania. So that is my predictions for WrestleMania. WrestleMania 39. It's going to be at the SoFi Stadium in Los Angeles, California, or Inglewood, California. Excuse me. Um, Man, this is going to be a crazy weekend. I know there's going to be some NXT stuff. I'm pretty sure there's going to be some indie stuff that's going to be going on around around the place around California for WrestleMania. I know there's going to be a lot of traffic and a lot of craziness that's going to be happening over here in California. So it's going to be an absolute crazy weekend. WrestleMania, NXT, or excuse me, NXT, the Hall of Fame, WrestleMania, night 1, night 2. And I'm going to try to keep up with everything. So I might even give you guys night 1 and then night 2. Um, uh, so just kind of bear with me. Let's see what we can do. Let's see what we can get out there. And yeah, so that is the end of the show, ladies and gentlemen. All the links and everything's going to be down below. Go check out the YouTube if you're listening to me on Spotify right here, right now, or any of the other um, places that you get your podcasting. Um, Go check out the agency t-shirts. Go check out the Cross Out podcast t-shirts. Go pick up the Eric Cross t-shirts at Pro Wrestling Tees, the agency t-shirts as well at Pro Wrestling Tees. Um, let's see. Go check out the Randumb podcast to be named later. Uh, Jonesin as well. And what else? What else? Provada Cigar Club. Go check it out. So, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, Cross out. Good night, everybody. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So that is it. This is going to be next weekend is going to be a very crazy weekend. Um, so please bear with me. I'm going to try to get you guys 2 nights of WrestleMania in 2 nights. So if you are not checking out WrestleMania, please go check it out. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, Cross out. Good night, everybody.